Hey, what is up, guys and gals? How's it going? Mystic here, happy here at home. Some of you know me as Blast Gamster. And, well, what am I doing on right now? Some of you might ask. At, um, 3:36 in the morning, my time. Well, I, after all this time, finally thought of some new ideas for my original character slash characters uh, by the name of Anubis and Insane in the Membrane Omnic. Still haven't thought up a name for him yet. Um, excuse me. I also still have not decided his background really, like as far as the Insane Omnic is concerned. But all I can say is that the two characters always fight over dominion for the body and want to um, seek out their goals of perfection on the world or for the world. One seeing it in his own image, and the other one seeing it with stains of red all around. Blood red, to be specific. Now, this character, Anubis slash Insane Omnic, as you might be familiar with on my last live stream that I basically thought him up. He spoke much like this. I am Anubis. Hello. And I actually thought up a few other voice lines for him after killing a character or killing an enemy. One of them being for Reaper, and this would be like the Anubis side of this fan character, I guess you could say. Um, and after he kills Reaper, being that he is Anubis, Anubis being like the Egyptian god of judgment and all that, like death and all that, he judges your heart whether it's good or bad. Um, Basically, after Anubis kills Reaper, he'll say something like, "Come, let me judge you." Maybe another voice line he could possibly say towards Reaper after killing him, or maybe seeing him, or maybe acknowledging his existence at the beginning of a match would maybe be, "You have escaped me for too long." Something like that. Maybe like, "You can't escape death," or something like that. Like, "You cannot escape death. Death is here to judge you. I am here to judge." That sounds a little bit silly, actually. um, as far as the other Omnic is concerned, like the other side, there hasn't really been too many changes to him. He's more of like one of those like not known background characters, so he won't really have too much to say towards any of the characters. Maybe he could have a background with one of the characters. Maybe he's in some cases angered at one of them for putting him in the place that he was at. Like, maybe Anna. I don't know. I don't see how she would have a play in it. So, who could we have as his kind of like reason to break out of something, like his first target to kill? Who would be that first target out of our roster right now? Reinhardt? No, maybe not. Reinhardt's probably too big and wouldn't care much for putting people in jail or putting people in factories and leaving them to rot there for years. Um, Not Junkrat, not Roadhog, because they're doing their own thing. Not Morrison. Well, maybe Morrison. Not Diva, too young. Um, Not Lucio, too uninvolved. Maybe Symmetra, being that she's a part of the technological advancements of the world. Maybe it'll be like played out like one of those deals of Symmetra replacing that Omnic, or Symmetra being involved in the replacement of that said Omnic. Maybe he was supposed to be kind of like some form of chosen one to the Ishtar, whatever it's called. And then eventually they threw him out, and uh, he was like, maybe he was the Anubis to the Ishtar, I don't know. And then again, they just threw him out there and stuff to rot. And he got like mad or something like that. He got crazy. Got a lot of error code 5150s or something like that. I don't know. So far the other guy's background is still unknown. Anubis, however, I've managed to get a little more on him. Now, as far as his abilities, I've already said last live stream that the insane side would have the ability to crawl along the walls, while at the same time kind of like getting or sounding jittery in a sense, kind of like laughing a little bit to himself, being that he's insane. I thought up an idea. Now, take note, this is not an original idea. This is actually an idea that I've seen off of YouTube, where a character can switch between two different characters. So, not necessarily like leaving, like one character leaving the area and then switching out with another one, but just the character kind of like changing his emotions, kind of. So, let's say Anubis is the character that you play as. You're floating around as Anubis, like a limp, zombified Omnic with some weird, like, exorcist flotation powers, which looks creepy as balls. And then, as one of the abilities, you click a button which changes the main form of attack and the effect of that main form of attack. And also changes the voice line, or changes the character, changes the actor, maybe. And, changes the ability overall. So, the switch would be one ability slot taken already, so maybe that's like R1, L1 maybe, L2, whatever. So that's one already. So that leaves the character with two abilities left? Yeah. So it's two abilities for two characters put into one, which is why I feel it's kind of balanced. Now, Anubis, I don't know what his primary form of fire would be. I kind of don't know. However, I feel as though the insane side could maybe shoot out electricity. An idea that I had before was the insane robot could be a recalled medical drone, or a recalled nurse Omnic, and then he would be like the whatchamacallit, the breathalyzer. No, it's not a breathalyzer. A defibrillator robot, and he would have hands like a defibrillator, or have something built into him that's a defib. And then in that insane form, he has increased its effect, in a sense, just going off on the lore here, okay? So, like, he would do something to himself which would increase the shock that it sends out. So instead of it, like, putting out a safe shock that should keep people alive, it would actually output some form of dangerous, like, outrageous electricity. And that is what I would feel would be the insane one's main form of fire. Even if he wasn't an old recalled defib bot or defib Omnic. Um, and the thing that his electricity would do is it would do some decent damage. How far would it be? I haven't really covered that yet. I don't know how much range it would have, but it would do some kind of meh decent damage. But what it would have the ability to do is also chain to other enemies as well. So let's say, for example, Symmetra. That's what his primary fire would be, kind of. Like, he would hold down the button, he would just be ready to shoot out electricity. If the enemy was close enough, the electricity you would see would shoot out, and then it hits the enemy. If there's another enemy behind them, it would shock them too in the process, maybe having just a little bit of damage fall off. Maybe, let's say, his primary damage is 100%, right? For somebody behind him, bump it down to 45% damage fall off, or maybe 65. I don't know. I'd probably say 45 damage fall off. So the enemy in front could take all the damage and then not be too lethal to the person in back, so it's not overpowered. That would be his primary form of fire right there. One of his abilities is, I like to believe, is still the ability where he could crawl along the walls, all stealth-like, not be sighted by enemies, depending on how well you climb along the walls, depending on how well the people can look around. I mean, that might not be a good idea, might not be useful, although you could get around the map a lot quicker. So maybe with that ability where you climb along the wall, you'll also have the added ability to be able to jump really far onto other walls. To say, for example, you're on Nubani in the city, there's buildings everywhere. The buildings have smallish walls, I guess. Eventually you'll run out of wall to climb, right? So you have to jump from another wall if you need to get to a place sneaky. So in order to do that, you gotta have the ability to jump really far into another wall. So I think that is another added thing I want for the insane side. The last ability that you would have, I'm still not too sure. Maybe I don't want to say too much onto the like paranormal type of thing, because the Omnic, although is a zombified version of something, he's not necessarily a ghost. He's still a physical being. Just insane. And also with a god complex. Now Anubis, I don't know his primary fire. What Anubis is, one of his abilities would be, is to kind of be like Sombra, where he could hack things, kind of. So backstory behind Anubis is that he's grown so like he's just longing for that want to create his perfect world. Eventually he's just like, you know what? I'm doing this. And he goes and he gets information through Sombra's hacks. Now it's like, what? You know, if you're like into that whole like Sombra thing and stuff, with possibly her being the most powerful as far as secrets are concerned, well, Anubis has a secret on Sombra where he's been secretly going through her hacks, and wherever her hacks goes, he ends up hacking into himself. And when her hacks take place and all that do their thing, they leave. He stays in there in that system and becomes a part of that system and gets information. After he gets that information, he sends himself, or that portion of himself, back to the main like area where he's at, basically in his little jail cell in a sense. And he has that form of information. Then Sombra goes, does another hack. He sends himself back out there again. Hey viewer, I'm just basically going through more of my original Anubis character ideas. Just letting you know if you're new to this Anubis original character concept that I have.
He speaks much like this, with an extreme god complex. Worry not, infidels. I will make this world into my own image.
And new viewer, if you are a new viewer, not only that, he has a different side to him, a different character, which is an Omnic that he has taken over. Anubis is like a... I don't want to say ghost. Like, Anubis is technically a ghost, but he's hacked... Okay, so Anubis hacked himself into an Omnic that was super dangerous and, like, recalled and left in a factory to rot, and then that Omnic got insane in the membrane. So Anubis is fighting over dominion for the body against that insane Omnic, and they're kind of like working together for the time being. And
the voice for this insane character would be something on the lines of this. I will paint this world in red.
Yeah, something like that, with a little bit of a scattery effect to make his voice like kind of like repeat as if he's glitching out.
So he's like a virus?
Yes, Anubis is pretty much a virus. Backstory behind Anubis, he's basically kind of like a better hacker than Sombra, being that he's an AI himself. Sombra is not an AI. She's a person who could send things out, but Anubis is literally the thing that gets sent out. And throughout the time that he's been like in his little jail cell or whatever you want to call it, he's been going and hacking in through Sombra's...
Zero.
Yeah, he's been going in and hacking in through Sombra's hacks. And throughout the whole time she's been doing all these things, he's been getting into those things as well. And when Sombra leaves and finishes doing her things, that portion of Anubis stays there to steal information for himself, and then send that part of him back to the original Anubis. And, you know, after a while, he gathers all this information, he gathers all this longing.
That voice is perfect.
After gathering all this longing to want to make this perfect world in his own image, like Ultron. I'll let you know that right now. He's an AI, although he's like Ultron. He's got no strings on him. So yeah, he wants to make this world in his own image. And, I don't know how he would come across this insane robot, though. Maybe he gets information about, a downed Omnic factory, maybe? And then he sends one of his pieces, one of his little Anubis bits or something, over to that factory, notices that everything is destroyed, wants to rebuild it, and in turn accidentally ends up finding himself inside of a body of a deranged, bloodthirsty, even though he's a robot, blood-hungry, bloodlust. Just, you do not want to, like, even touch him in the shoulder type of Omnic. And Anubis realizes that he could become useful only as a body and as, like, some form of muscle in a sense. I gotta think about that further. Viewer, just letting you know, I have thought of a few abilities. You could watch back.
I really want to make that into a comic.
Dude. Like, I actually gotta see who you are now. Diamond oh, Diamond! Hey, what's up? Hey, buddy! Welcome! Love seeing you on that comments page. But, dude, that should be made into a comic. Like the, Maximilian comic with Doomfist and Widowmaker. Do something like that where Anubis is just like...
Zero.
Just like...
This world is not perfect without I.
I'm trying to see like what I could get Anubis to say that's super god complexy.
Nothing is man-made about me.
Oh, viewer, I'd also like you to know that I have some voice lines for him as well that he says after killing certain characters, like Zenyatta, for example.
Where is your iris now?
Oh, excuse me. Okay, so let me go back on the whole abilities thing for Anubis. So what I feel he should be able to do, being with his hacker over the hacker type
Zero yes.
since he's got this hacker over a hacker type of deal, what Anubis should be able to do is hack maybe one enemy. Sure, one enemy, but not take away their cooldown. He's able to hack them and force them to use their abilities no matter where they are. So, let's say, for example... God, I forgot. Reinhardt. So let's say Anubis hacks Reinhardt. And if Reinhardt is in front of some form of gap, then Anubis can make that Reinhardt, like, charge himself into the gap, in a sense. So being that Anubis is the controller of everything, he decides to control all the, like, innards of all the characters. Since just about every character in this game has some form of prosthetic arm, some form of lighty-uppy armor, some form of speaker hairpins or something, I don't know. It's basically Lucio. Yeah, so I feel like that would be pretty cool. However, he would be a little bit ineffective towards those characters that can't throw themselves off. However, it would use up their ability right off the bat. And not only would they automatically use it, but if they manage to... Let's see. Okay. So if they manage to use the ability near an ally, it would actually hurt the ally. And let's say Lucio's boop. If Lucio does a boop on an ally, then it'll just boop him back. Or even on the floor, too. If he's looking on the floor, looking on the wall or something, if he boops that floor or wall, that'll just boop himself back. And then make the cooldown longer than what it originally is. Like, I'm trying not to make this too overpowered, but still be special in some way. I feel like that would be a pretty nice addition. May... I don't see how that would be effective for May. Maybe May could be looking in a certain direction. Anubis hacks May, makes her use a wall, thus trapping them into an area. And then May can't destroy the wall because it has to take its full effect and sit there for, what is it, like 7 seconds that it stays up? So that's 7 seconds of not being able to escape an area if they block off an escape or an exit for their team. Her healing
Primary
thing...
fire. Or not.
her healing thing would just... I don't know. So primary fire, I've only got one figured out, and that's the insane side. So basically, the two characters could switch and have different abilities per, like, character in the body that controls the body. And I only have the insane one. Basically, what the insane one could do is be like Palpatine, where an original concept of him that I thought up was like he's a nurse bot, well, a male nurse bot, but he's a defibrillator bot, and on his body he has like defib pads and a defibrillator built into him, and throughout the time he was in recall in the factory rotting, basically, he's managed to use that and amplify the power. That was my original concept. So what he would use that amplified shocking power to shock an enemy, and not only that, it could chain to other enemies as well. So let's say, for example, you have a Reinhardt. You shock that Reinhardt. The Reinhardt will take some decent amount of damage, around the same damage that maybe Symmetra does. So let's say, for example, Reinhardt takes 100% damage. An enemy behind that Reinhardt would take around about 45% of that damage. Because you don't want it to be too overpowered, right? You don't want to keep too many enemies blocked off. Otherwise, nobody would be able to get in. Because everybody would be too afraid to get chain shocked. That shocking ability could chain through Reinhardt's shield. It could chain through any shield. Thus increasing the risk of like running around as a Reinhardt directly in front of the team. If anything, it'll just hurt the Reinhardt and one other person willing to take the hit. Now let's go back to Anubis. Something else that Anubis should do is maybe... I'm thinking since the insane robot could climb along walls and basically jump from wall to wall like an exorcist, I'm thinking maybe giving an Anubis the ability to float. To like fly along, just float, really. Or maybe, let's say 5 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds seems like a good amount of time. Why he would float, I have no idea. I mean, I'm trying not to make him sound as much as a ghost as possible, but it's becoming more and more like a ghost. But why not? That's one of his possible abilities, is to be able to float onto like ledges, onto higher ledges, onto other ledges. It's kind of like Mercy's ultimate. Well, new ultimate. Where Mercy's able to fly. That's what Anubis can do. I guess, I don't know. I still gotta figure out Anubis' primary form of fire. I was thinking of him being able to control technologies, right? But he's able to grab smaller forms of technology like a radio, just from out of nowhere, just out of thin air, just because of video game logic, and throw it at enemies. Kind of like Zenyatta's balls. Maybe not. Sounds too much like Zenyatta's balls. And I do already have a Zenyatta. And I want him to be a defense hero too, or an attack hero. I don't want him to be another healer like Zenyatta. So I can't make him do healing damage, or healing stuff, or anything like that. Maybe... No. Yeah? No. I'm thinking maybe for his primary fire he could send out bits of himself. And in some way it could maybe like hack the enemy. That's what I'm thinking about. Maybe not hack the enemy. Maybe it would be like Anna's primary fire, where he's able to shoot out a bit of himself, his own AI, out to an enemy, and being that they have technology, he can decrease damage that they do by 5%, and also I want to say it could also hurt them too. It could like poison them, being that, you know, an AI is like like a little nanite thing or something like that. I don't know. That actually sounds a little bit better to deal like 5% less damage while dealing like not as much damage, like 20% damage dealt to an enemy. I don't know. So like if Anubis is focusing one enemy that deals a lot of damage usually, they won't deal as much damage and possibly die a lot quicker than anybody else would. So Reinhardt against Reinhardt, if one enemy Reinhardt's getting 5% taken away from him, then that Reinhardt will most likely lose. Because he's not dealing that very effective 5% damage. Let's see. What else do I have as an idea? I think that's really all that I had so far. It's like one new voice line. Oh, I wanted to talk about his ultimate. Yeah, okay, so last time I said that his ultimate could be like Zenyatta's, but instead of healing and basically kind of like invincibility, it could be hurting enemies. So I think maybe Anubis and the insane Omnic's ultimate should be shared. And what he could do is be invincible himself, go out, and instead of waving tendrils about, he can gather materials like other used technologies from what lore would say the map, and have them float about him, swing around really fast to hurt enemies. And not only that, at the same time hacking them to make them use their abilities, and in some cases make them enforce them to use their ultimates while he's popping his own ultimate. So Anubis would be kind of like one of those characters that you'd force a guy to run out in the middle of the team, the enemy team, just so he could pop his ultimate and be like the very big distraction and the person and the reason why the enemy team has
Sharp
used up
metal
their
tornado.
stuff. Yeah, precisely. There you go. A sharp metal tornado. Although I don't want him to be like Magneto. I don't want him to be like the magician of magnetism or anything like that, or whatever Magneto is called. Like, I want him to literally have the ability to hack other little radios, little doodads here and there from the map. It doesn't really matter what map, it's going to be the same objects taken. And just swing them about like in a hurricane or a tornado, like you said. Deal damage to enemies, and not only that, again, hacking all enemies and actually having the ability to force them to use their ultimate. So it's like, if you do that to a whole team, then you better hope that you're not picked as one of the people to get their ultimate used by force. So it's random, kind of. Is it guaranteed? Maybe not. Maybe not. Might not be guaranteed. Although maybe it should sound guaranteed. A guarantee one player gets their ultimate used by force.
He shouldn't be too strong because his abilities are really good.
True. His abilities are really good.
Like damage.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. So I got it. So Anubis has the part where he could hack already. I'm trying to take Anubis into the whole ultimate. Okay. No. The insane one sends out shock, which deals the damage, and then Anubis does the hacking. There we go. They share an ultimate. There. A lightning storm, maybe I don't know. Or we could just give them their own individual ultimates based off of what they can do so far. Maybe Anubis can call upon a bot, maybe. Uh, the help of a medium difficulty bot, being that he's a hacking based character, like Ultron, kind of. And then the insane one could have like a barrage of thunderstorms going about. Um, I don't know. Either or sounds like a pretty nice idea. As far as his clothing design, I'm still not sure of. I don't know what the Omnic would wear before being recalled. I don't know what he could wear after. The only idea that I have is the nurse from Dead by Daylight. That's how he would float around, basically. However, he wouldn't wear a nurse outfit. Although he would wear something like Zenyatta's...
You should make it whenever they walk past a radio it plays a random station.
That sounds funny. Oh, that actually gives me an idea for something like that. But here I'll continue. So, like Zenyatta's raw skin or Zenyatta, how he's got like his little tunic and stuff. Maybe Anubis could wear something like that, just tattered and torn up, and then the head could be different. It could look like an Anubis head. Like if Anubis took control of the body, took it for himself, trapped the insane Omnic again just to rebuild the head in his own image and stuff. Kind of like his own self is conceited or something. I don't know. But that your idea there, it gave me an idea. Okay. I think I might have a new ability. An ability, not an ultimate. I'm not sure whether it would be for Anubis or the insane one. It would make sense for the insane one because it could drive the enemy team insane. It would make sense for Anubis because Anubis would be able to do it. You would have an ability where you could set an area of effect on the map as like a trap where when an enemy walks into it, they would randomly hear an ultimate go off on their screen, in their headphones, in their whatever, on whatever side. And it would sound like it's like right next to them, or they're being solo ulted in a sense. And then it'd make them like turn around, or it'd make them go crazy. I don't know. That's something else to think about right there. Although it only makes sense for Reinhardt and Zenyatta and Bastion. I say
That's
Reinhardt.
a good one.
I say Reinhardt because he has a helmet, and it should have like some like headphones inside his helmet to hear audio outside. You know, like Iron Man armor. Zenyatta because he's a robot. Bastion because he's also an Omnic. However, it doesn't look like it makes sense for any of the other characters, though. Maybe except for Lucio. Lucio would make sense.
Soldier.
Too. Soldier would be another.
I'm hearing voices again. Gabe, get over here and heal up. Oh God, the voices in my head.
Lol.
Hey, I told you for the last time, Jack. I am not a leprechaun. Shut up, Lucky. Can't you see I'm doing work?
It'd be funny. Like, what
OMG.
do you call it? Oh, like, a random ultimate goes off, and Soldier thinks it's Reaper. He just turns around and blasts him straight in the face.
Oh God, why? Why? Why?
Oh, that's funny.
Why'd you do that to me, Gabe? What did I do? You triggered me. Excuse me. It's that silly lingo that the kids use. I'm triggered. Not funny.
Yeah. Oh, you know what'd be funny? Seeing Anubis hack Diva. And then just like being in the background, like behind a wall, and all of a sudden you see this Diva just go flying up above the wall and then fall straight down and get killed from fall. Like damage and stuff. Well, not fall damage, but like falling off the map. That'd be pretty funny. Although I don't see how that would be very effective.
You just made 3 comics in a few
ultimate.
sentences. How can you be that good?
3 comics in a few sentences. The adventures of the 2 edgy grandpas. Yeah, that'd be pretty great. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. All right, Mr. Jack Morrison.
That's Soldier to you.
Right. So would you like to tell us exactly what happened on that day?
Well, it was a long time ago. I almost can't remember it.
It was yesterday, apparently. You just told us, like a little while ago.
What, really? This old dog can learn new tricks. It can also forget them in an instant.
Right. So, tell us exactly how that happened.
Well, you see, we were hiding out at Watchpoint Gibraltar. Ah, Jack, I'm so bored. Pay attention, Gabriel. We can't lose sight of the target. Jack, the target's going right behind you. No, it's right there. See? Jack, that is a tumbleweed. A very elusive tumbleweed. Come here.
God, you know, I wish I would have just been a better drawer. Because if that was the case, I could
So perfect.
I could draw Anubis out. 2, I could draw out his abilities. 3, I could draw out these comics that I do. 4, I could actually animate things. Like back then, back in the old days when I was like a wee little lad, I used to draw like these edgy looking like characters. That was a mixture of like anime as far as the intensity of their backstory, and then just like your basic cliche action movie type of characters. Like all my characters have like a prosthetic arm that has the ability to like switch from a normal hand to a minigun to like a sniper rifle. They always had some like crazy hair too that looked like super gel. That was more gel than like Dragon Ball. They always wore trench coats too. They also always wore boots. Gosh, my edgy days. My edgy young drawing days. And you know what? It always came out of one simple shape too. like I would draw like a triangle, or I draw like some five-sided shape that looked like a triangle, like a chaos emerald type of shape, and then just draw off of that. And whatever I got, I ended up drawing eyes on it, drawing some arm on it, drawing something on it. A lot of people wouldn't understand what they would be looking at, but I did. I just wish. I wish. I wish I understood what I would want to make. Unfortunately, I could never figure out what I would want to make. It always just comes up randomly. I think it was only one time when I actually drew what I wanted to draw, which was a horse mask. That's really the only thing. Like I think it was a horse mask giving a thumbs up, like a bed ad, like a mattress ad, and he was like smiling. I think I put him in a suit too. God, that was an amazing drawing. I did it for a history project.
I would draw stuff for you.
Dude, you should do some of that stuff. Like, dude, we should make contact. The turd kind. Dude. Let's pass around digits. Dude.
Yes.
Let's pass around social securities. Oh gosh. Dude. I would just love to see that stuff put into like if it would be amazing if I could get like a thumbnail
The
artist
stuff on my channel, it's my best.
Dude, I'm gonna look up your channel, dude. Hold on. Hold on, let me go over to your comment really quick and let me... Dude. It's probably so late too. I'm so loopy.
Isn't.
Here, dude. Don't worry, dude. I got you, man. I got you, my man. Hold on. YouTube isn't working. At least the application version isn't with my internet. It was the Overwatch highlights.
I can do way better.
Let's see. There you go. Oops, that's not... I want it... There we go. 26 subs. Oh, look at the little kitty. The little kitty. I just love... Hey, can you do me a favor? Just out of the blue, do you think you could, like, here, let me give you a reference too of what skin I'd want you to use also here. Okay, so pretend Zenyatta gets in a conversation with somebody, and that person says something super long, super outrageous, like one of those what if type of long and outrageous sentences, and then Zenyatta just sits there. How do I... I can't zoom into his face, can I? How to... Okay, you know what? Just... Okay. And after Zenyatta hears whatever that person said, just his reaction is... Boy! You think you could do something like that? Like one of those meme type of pictures where it's got like the words on top and on bottom? And then just to have Zenyatta's face just like derped out or something like that with like the raw skin. And then just put boy. Boy. Much like the kids say these days. Boy. I just love for there to be like a start of hand drawn, like man made Zenyatta pictures as memes. Oh, you know, the pose could be whatever they want it to be in the meme. That'd be amazing. I've already seen like regular Zenyatta pouring salt on somebody. That was wonderful. I just always imagine Zenyatta one of those characters that would stare at you if you say something stupid, and just stare at you. He wouldn't give a response. He just look at you and give you time to want to change your answer before he beats you senseless with his balls.
Boy.
Yeah, exactly. Like his bird face just adds to that too. It's like
I am neutral. I have no standpoint here. I cannot say to you at which placement I take in this argument.
I love burbs.
Whether it's good or bad. Let us just say that you now have a reason to run.
that's I just love the way, like, excuse me for being conceited. I just love the way I sometimes portray Zenyatta. Like, I just imagine the way Zenyatta reacts in like a Gmod animation or something like that. Just the way he would look at people when he's in a conversation with them. Just always giving them that sideways look or just that direct stare and not responding at all. Like it's taking him time to compute the utter stupidity that just came out of that person's mouth.
I'm sorry. I had no idea you had an R-tard switch. It appears you have flipped it on, my friend. Would you like me to switch it off for you? I can do that with my foot. My foot against your rear.
Alright, I'm sorry to go off topic, like, a lot here. It's 4 o'clock. Alright, well, I think I'm good. Hey, buddy, you got a PlayStation? You should probably hit me up. Diva's really giving me that stranger danger stare. Let's just go off of that, shall we? Yeah, or what else do you use?
Sure.
Oh, okay, good. Like, honestly, I would prefer to use PlayStation only as communication. I don't really do Twitter.
Don't have O on it though.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. As long as I could still text you in a simple way without having to use Twitter or anything. Because I do have a Twitter, but I prefer not. I just don't use it to the point where I wouldn't trust myself to comment back or reply back.
Do you have Discord?
I do have Discord, however, it is one of those things where I'm not, like, I haven't gotten into it at all, really, to really know how to use it. I've got a PC and I could, pull it up on my PC, but I wouldn't even go on Discord at all. I've deleted it on my phone because the Discord on the phone sucks. Doesn't work. And I rarely go on my PC for now, at least. Again, it's like Twitter. I wouldn't trust myself to even, like, check up on Discord.
RIP.
Yep. I've only got like one of my PlayStation friends on there, then I don't go on the chat ever. Because I don't have a reason to use Discord yet. Yet.
Possible live stream. Sneak peek.
little little teaser. Not yet. So, yeah. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Because I didn't really have that much time to think about my stuff. I just watched a video on original characters and was like, hey, I just got an idea. And I kept it in my head for the duration of the video and instantly got on Overwatch. I wanted to do it, like, later today, which was would be daytime, and which would be a time I'd be awake.
Santa Claus.
Emoji Santa Claus. Excuse me, is that... It actually says emoji Santa Claus. Wonderful. But yeah, I wanted to do this during the daytime when I was awake, but, like, the need to tell people my idea, the new ideas, was urgent.
Lol.
Otherwise, I probably would have forgotten. And then my face would have been like Zenyatta's face on his player icon.
Very unamused, though unmoved by that action. Or in some cases, some people could say, why? Why did you have to slap the tamale out of my hand? I could not eat.
Emoji dog face.
Not only can I not eat, but now, the food which I cannot eat is now on the floor. I am very unmoved, though sad in some way. I am very sorry, little tamale, for I could not eat you, for this miscreant of injustice has slapped you upon the floor of regret. I will now go and meditate. I must heal from these wounds, at which I cannot eat.
You know, that'd be a another great picture to draw is just Zenyatta's player icon face, and just have him respond to like different things. Like, oh, dude, I always wanted to make a shirt with that Zenyatta player thing, and you know how they have those shirts where it's like people's faces in certain like emotions, like happy, sad, fearful, crying. Like, those shirts with Darth Vader on it that says happy, sad, and all that, and it's the same thing. I want to do that with Zenyatta, where it's all the same thing. Happy, sad, and just have his player icon face right there, just staring off to the side. It's like, what is he staring at? What do you mean he's staring? He's expressing his emotions. Dude, I want to, like, as soon as my channel gets bigger and then I want to brand shirts and all that, I want to make a Zenyatta shirt like that. Another one I think I want to make is something like having to do with his victory. Oh, no, not his victory, his highlight intro. Like maybe do a silhouette of that with like his arms out and all that, and then only have his eyes be like the only colored object, so it looks like he's like in a dark area, but you could see his lit up eyes.
He's staring into the void, only he sees it.
Okay. Zenyatta, what are you looking at?
I am staring into the void. The only thing is, I can see it. The endless void, much like our existence. An endless void of repeating, wake up, do, go to sleep. Wake up, do, go to sleep. This void, it represents my existence. an endless, inconclusive existence. Was I built for war,
Yup,
or was
that's
I
it.
built for peace? I could never know.
Zenyatta, are you okay?
Huh? What? Oh, hello there. Look, ice cream. Oh, how I do love ice cream. But I cannot have it. You know what else can't have ice cream?
What can't have ice cream?
The endless void. I am the endless void.
Zenyatta, are you alright?
No endless void. I am quite fine, thank you.
What did you call me?
I'm sorry, what was that? All I could hear was the sounds of silence, screeching into my audio receptors.
OMG Zen.
Dude, just these comics. These comics. Oh, hey, I'm glad I'm at least getting this on live stream. And to anybody who's still watching this, listening to me, like, go crazier and crazier by the minute. Ayy. Oh boy. It's a good thing I like to play Overwatch, voice acting and all that, during the night. Sometimes my loopiness isn't funny. Other times it could really get to people.
A.
Ayy. or.
Hey! Hello, endless void. I embrace thee. Take me away for a wild ride called nothingness.
Great, I'm gonna make that like a running joke for me now. And Zenyatta, he's always gonna refer to an endless void of some kind.
Hello, my name is Zenyatta, and this is my friend.
Your friend who?
My friend the endless void. Oh, and there's also a butterfly. Hello, butterfly. Embrace the endless void like I have. Come, butterfly. We will fly together until we both realize that I cannot fly, although I can float, and in some cases not fall off the map. But Jeff Kaplan has not bestoweth me upon that ability yet. Bestow, is that even a word? Oh my. It appears the endless void is embracing me.
Canada is mostly not cold and we don't live in igloos. Ain't never seen a moose in my life and maple syrup is horrible in the US.
I'm aware. I have a French-Canadian friend. Now, I know some Canadians would find French-Canadians to not be Canadian. From what I've heard from other Canadians. But poutine. I've heard that poutine is amazing, and I've had things almost close to poutine before. And I feel as though they can be amazing. I've asked him to send me poutine in a paper envelope, and I wouldn't care if the gravy got dried up. I would still lick it. But he still has yet to do that for me. He said he was gonna send me like a frozen packet of poutine. That wouldn't taste that good though. I want poutine. Can we just have a Canadian Zenyatta?
No please, I tease poutine like EEN.
Let's just have a Canadian Zenyatta and have like bowls of poutine or plates of however Canadians eat it. Plates of poutine floating around him.
Embrace the chicken and or...
Wait, what is it? Oh.
Embrace the chicken and or beef flavored fry.
Because, you know, it's chicken brown
Pound
gravy and then beef gravy, which I think is white. Is white gravy chicken or beef gravy white? I don't know. Well, abilities super taken care of. Looks in further depth taken care of. Maneuverability abilities taken care of. I think I'm good. I think I got my stuff cleared out. I think all I need to do is just
I wish I could tell you how to say Putin in the comments.
Putin. Putin. I mean, I heard from my French Canadian friend that it was Putin. Putin. Like Putin. Something like that. Tin. Not Putin, it's Putin. I think. Putini. Putini. Paparapupi. It's me, Mario. Oh yeah, and it's me, Sonic the Hedgehog. All right. Depending on which one you prefer. Whether it be the originals, the one where everything was happening, or the good old oh 6, the one with the really airy voice. Oh no, Elise! What? A princess kissed me. Oh no. But we will never talk about the Boom Sonic. The Boom Sonic does not exist.
Oh geez, Rick.
Oh geez, Rick. I'm not too sure this is a good idea. Shut up, Morty. I can't do the burp. Shut up, Morty. Come on, Morty. Burp. Wubba lubba dub dub. I'm not a Rick and Morty fan. Oh. Come on, Morty. There it is. Come on, Morty. Had an all-natural burp. When in doubt, burp naturally. And then say the voice line. I feel like if I try to force myself to burp, I'm gonna throw up. Well, I can't do Rick. Oh, you know what I've been working on recently? I've been
Rick and Morty is the best.
I've been working on trying to
Watch
do a Winston without my voice changer. Why? Because my Winston without a voice changer sounds robotic. Here, listen.
Hi there. Oh, hey. So, I've been wondering if, I could take care of some things here. Having to do with peanut butter.
As compared to my regular voice, which I still have to kind of do a Winston voice. It's like,
Hi there. Oh, hey. Peanut butter.
which sounds more smoother and more natural.
Peanut butter. Hi there. Hi there.
Gotta get that deep.
No, I do not want a banana. I believe in science. Would you like to play a game of chess? Or checkers, maybe? It might be the best idea for you to banana split on out of here.
I used to do Roadhog too. I miss actually doing Roadhog. Because he wouldn't sound too robotic. And that, oh, I just miss doing him. It's too bad I left him behind at 200 subs, 300 for another character. Maybe a Return of Roadhog? Or maybe I just do Hanzo. There's already too many Hanzos out there. Okie dokie. Hey buddy, you gonna add me on PlayStation? I'm about to head off. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. It's about done. I got in my chat time. Hurry up before I start playing with my cans of Vienna sausages like Stackers. That interesting game where you stack tiny cups for whatever reason and then collapse them again. Only got like 2 of them that are open. You know, I'll find a way. See, exactly. Hurry up before...
I can't RN. Sorry.
You can't what? Oh, you can't right now. Okay. Well, if you get a chance to, go ahead and send me one whenever. And text a message in that friend request saying that it's you. Curious. Otherwise, I won't know it's you. Obviously. Diva is staring me down with the most evilest stranger danger stare.
KK.
Yep. See you later, Diamond homie. I hope you have a good night, or a good day, or a good evening, or a good afternoon, or a good during the night, or a good breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a late night snack. And for those other viewers, if you have not yet, go and subscribe to the channel, because it helps out all of us little homies like us, or like me, but with the low sub count and all that. And if you haven't yet, take a follow on over to my Twitch, which is also Mr. Kill Happy, without a capital M. But also, without any spaces. Same deal. Just no capital M. And if you haven't yet, also take a follow on over to my PlayStation account if you want notifications of when I put up updates for what I'm doing. Maybe, like I send in a GIF or something pertaining to a video that I'm doing. Excuse me. Morty. Morty. Yeah. Kind of like live. Getting notifications live from when I'm doing mine. Like as soon as I send it in, you get a notification that I did a notification. And also if you haven't yet, I mean, it's kind of a side thing now. I could honestly care less. If you want, go ahead and follow me on Twitter as well. For the same exact deal as PlayStation. If you want notifications that I do, that I'm going to be doing a live stream. But from there, then go ahead. That is if you don't have PlayStation. If you do, then you probably want to follow me on PlayStation instead. It's more of a convenience to me because I don't use Twitch. I mean, I use Twitch. I don't use Twitter. I'm not used to consistently using Twitter yet, so yeah. If you want those, notifications all the time, go on PlayStation, because I'll be sure to do them. Except for this one, which...
My Pachimari says bye too.
Which I apparently just realized that I did not do a notification for. Irony. Tell your Pachamari that I have said good night, and that it will become a chicken sandwich stew after I finish with it. Oh no, I'm starting to get the stereotypical insane scientist voice. Ah, hello there. What are you doing here, in my laboratory? Please get out. You're ruining my concentration. I also think I sound like some form of racist wannabe Korean. You are ruining my concentration. Yo. I should go before I say more things that I probably don't want to say and get a bunch of Korean people triggered. As you can see, I have a Korean right in front of me and I already feel as though they are triggered. Triggered. Bye. Bye. Diamond, would you like to say anything to the live stream before I go? Anything at all? Anything whatsoever? Just anything in general? Just something at all? Before I go? I'll give it a couple more seconds. Hey, how does Rasenyata bend his headdress down in order to look down? If it's made out of metal, it's made out of metal, so it shouldn't be able to bend. Oh my gosh, it's like Transformers Generation 1 all over again. Like with the moving mouths that are clearly metal that shouldn't be able to move. Because it's made out of metal. It shouldn't bend. Out of the years I've been playing this game, or maybe the year, I think, that I've been playing this game, I've just barely began to question that. Like, he's moving his head a lot there. He's bending his head and spinning the metal. How is that a possibility? Alright, that's long enough. Yeah, he's gone. Bye, everyone. Peace out.